Nowadays, lamb soup gets me through the day. Cheers! Hey guys, back in December 2021, SwitchBot has sent me an advent calendar. And I wouldn't be talking about it now except for two reasons. First of all, that was huge and filled with really cool gadgets, including new releases that's gonna come out in 2022. If you want to find out what was in every compartment out of 24, then I've opened them one by one in the live stream. This video is gonna spoil some of that fun, so it is up to you. So today we're going to talk about the devices that already been released and the devices that are coming to SwitchBot ecosystem in 2022. Let's start with a smart light. Previously, SwitchBot offered tiny little robots to automate your wall switches, which was a brilliant idea for anyone who wanted to actually just use the switches instead, especially everyone that is living in renting apartments and can't really deploy any invasive automation changes. Now that we have light bulbs, those are RGB LED light bulbs rated at 10 watts and 800 lumens. And if you're familiar with the SwitchBot ecosystem, you'll know that these work via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi as well, which is great because you can keep it local, use it without hub, or connect it to the SwitchBot hub. The light bulbs come with two Arya lights, so where you have a dedicated LEDs for the white, ranging from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin in terms of color temperature, and obviously RGB with whatever colors you may want to pick. But SwitchBot being a SwitchBot added a couple of extra things that you can use with this light bulb. First of all, you have a dedicated consumption panel, which will tell you how much you're actually using this light and what are approximate savings against a standard 60 watt incandescent light source. But to be honest, I'm not 100% sure whether it's a software implemented or they actually have a measuring system inside. Something tells me that they resolved it in a software because, let's face it, this will have quite constant consumption based on the brightness levels. Another interesting feature is the music controls, which let you use the mobile app to listen to the music and make these blink accordingly. It's a fun thing, especially if you have a house party. I know there weren't many house parties in the pandemic times, but well, sooner or later they'll happen again. Obviously, all of that comes with all the bells and whistles of SwitchBot ecosystem, including automation via IFTTT, Google Home or Alexa. The only thing I wish it was there is the ability to add the smart remote as a controller to blink the light instead of operating on and off. That way you can put the controller outside and make a really cool doorbell that's gonna alert you with the flashes of the light bulb. Considering all the features of the light bulb, the price is quite nice as well. You can get it for just under $16, providing you're gonna hit a promotional period. Obviously, I'm going to include the links in the description of this video. Another device is the SwitchBot Meter Plus. And I am confused about this one. First of all, well, apart from a different form factor, it's not so much different than the previous meter. So what's so new in the Plus series? Well, the device is slightly bigger, it comes with a fatter font so you can read it from further away, which is convenient, and at the back you'll also find a mounting hood for wall mounts and a nice flap that you can deploy and orient the sensor at different angles. Also, a new feature is the ability to display an icon in the corner that will tell you what kind of conditions you have and whether they fall within the ranges that you set in the app. Personally, I don't think that's enough to start a new product line, but the device is here. It's slightly cheaper, $4 to be precise, and it comes with all the features available on the Meter series, including 3 months of the local storage for the data, which you can download at any given time, displaying Fahrenheit and Celsius for both my imperial and metric friends, excellent battery life, and the push notifications whenever the temperature is outside of predefined range. These two are already available, but in my live stream I've introduced you to products that are not released yet, and let's start with this fancy looking camera. Obviously the final product, it's not going to have antlers or print on it, even though it looks absolutely cute, And bear in mind that everything I'm going to tell you about this product is subject to change, because that's the warning I've been given as well. Unlike the previous camera, which was stationary, this can move around, be mounted upside down on the ceiling and cover a lot of ground. Now, what's so cool about this? It has a couple of interesting features, so let's go over it. It comes with Wi-Fi connectivity, 2.4 GHz to be precise. It has two-way audio and local storage using micro SD card, so that's all pretty standard. You also have a micro USB. Come on, SwitchBot, USB Type-C, please make it happen on release. And that's pretty much it. Just as other IP cameras, you can use it to detect motion or human detection, and in both cases it was working fine. And an interesting fact is that this camera can follow the motion and humans as well. While the microphone on this unit is pretty cool. Unfortunately, the speaker wasn't working on my unit, but the microphone is, so you get to listen to the microphone quality, and actually it's pretty good. The video is a bit blurry because the camera wasn't focused correctly, and I've been told we should expect the quality from the previous camera. There are a couple of features that I really like, including preset positions being available in scenes. It means that you can set external triggers to trigger these. So let's say you have a motion trigger that's gonna set off the camera, and the camera will move to predefined position to record what happened. So if you have it near the door and the door is gonna get triggered by a contact or something, the camera will turn around and start recording. Now you can record events or keep recording continuously, so that's down to you. And all of this is stored as .media file, which isn't easily exported, which is a bit annoying. But the interface is pretty good. It's easy to record the footage and scroll through the timeline. The other feature is cruising, which means you can set it on a timer, and especially useful if you have continuous recording. With cruising enabled, the camera will pan around and record everything around it to give you a better idea of what's going on. And note that because you can trigger different preset positions with external triggers, you can also force the camera to pan around based on triggers, which is very useful if you really want to have an idea what's going on around you. Enough of the cameras. I also noticed that the Japanese store already have a LED strip. Now, LED strip isn't nothing new. It works with 50/50 LEDs, which aren't individually addressable, but they are quite bright enough, and they come with the controllers that let you swap the strip. The controller comes with built-in audio, which is awesome if you want to quickly enable audio and start displaying light effects based on the music around you, and you don't need the app for that. Now, it works over Bluetooth, so it's best that you have either hub enabled or phone nearby if you want to change the colors, and obviously it integrates with Alexa and Google ecosystem. In the box you could also find that cheapo infrared controller, so if you want to use the LED strip that way, go ahead. I've seen the price on the Japanese store, and it's gonna be priced under $20. We'll see about more localized pricing. But I left the best to the last. This is SwitchBot Lock, and it's super cool. I'm really upset though because I do not have a compatible locks to put it on the door and try it out myself. I'd have to drill through the door to actually mount the lock, so you'll have to take my word for it. Now, it has plenty of torque to actually twist everything, and it works in a clever way. Behind the lock there is this nice adapter that comes with 3 different sizes, so you can match different locks. And it has a clutch system, which means you can either rotate it freely or trigger it via app. Because this works with the locks that are most popular in apartments, and many of those apartments are rented, it's a perfect situation for anyone renting. It means you can mount it without using screws just above the lock, and thanks to different adapters you'll be able to find a big range of compatible locks. Even though it uses batteries, you don't have to worry too much, because you will still be able to unlock the door with a key without any problems, because it uses a clutch system to disengage when the motor isn't in motion. And the result is pretty clever. Whether you're gonna use a key or whether you're gonna use the app, the lock's gonna be aware of that, letting you know that the door is locked or unlocked. And with a dedicated auto lock system, it will also make sure that the door is locked based on the policies that you set off. As it uses Bluetooth, it can connect directly to your phone or can connect to SwitchBot Hub and enable voice functionality. That way, providing a passcode, you'll be able to use voice assistants to unlock and lock the door remotely. I mean, this thing is pretty cool, and basically it's a tiny little robot that attaches to your door and opens the lock for you. What's not to like, especially if you can't modify anything around your door. I found this already on Japanese Amazon and it was priced around $85, so it isn't particularly expensive, and it will please a lot of you that are actually renting their apartments and want to have a taste of automation without spending too much money. Oh, by the way, while I was browsing this Japanese version of the SwitchBot website, I came across a smart plug, so I guess we're gonna see that coming in 2022 as well, but shh, they didn't tell me that. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I will consider getting this installed in my garage because that would be the easiest door to install the lock like this. Quite useful as well. So I'm super excited about this. Now let me know what you think about new SwitchBot products and what else would you like to see in the comment section. If you have any links, then best submit them via a social media which is listed somewhere around here. Ask YouTube likes to suspend those comments and I have no access to it. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.